snipers, and there's the machine gun people. Okay, machine gun people don't take a lot. It doesn't take a lot of skill to be a machine gun person. All right, you just give somebody, any knucklehead with a machine gun, and you just tell them shoot over in that direction, and you just keep firing, and it fires off 1,000,000 shots around, and eventually you'll hit somebody. Okay, and that's just because you're shooting a lot. All right, if you want to, and it doesn't take a lot of practice, doesn't take a lot of skill, and you can do it that way. You can totally sell Cutco just doing a lot of demos. There's tons of reps that do. Or you could be a sniper. You could be a sniper in the army. Okay, but if you want to be a sniper, that takes time in the range. You have to be practicing. You have to judge for wind. You have to have a lot of skill, and you have to spend a lot of time learning how to do that. And then you can get really skilled to the point where you can do a demo and have a headshot. Okay, and sell a homemaker an ultimate. And have $700, $800 average orders, which there are reps in our company that do that too. And then if you want to be someone like a Mike Arrieta, or you want to be like a top person, like Mike Arrieta, why does he sell $129,000 in the summer? Because he's a machine gun sniper. Okay, like he does a lot of demos, but the kid he still misses. The best snipers miss, the best everything miss. He still has no sales, but they're very few and very far between. Or they bunch up, and then he'll have like a bad day, and then he'll have like a whole bunch of good days. But he also knows how to sell ultimate sets and sell homemakers. He knows his closes. He knows he's been on the websites. He knows he does everything he's supposed to do, and does the right things and understands. Some people just don't buy no matter what, but he's given himself the opportunity. So the point is that if you haven't done all that stuff, I would shoot for 40 appointments. If you have, or if you're willing to do that in the next day or two, and sit there and watch all the videos and do all the work, okay, then say 30, okay? Because the way it boils down to is you need to have about 20 sales at $250 a piece, okay? 20 sales. Oh wait, no, that's 5,000. Excuse me. It's 30 sales at 300 will give you 9,000. So you got to have an average order a little over 300. And you have to have about 30 sales. So you need to do about 40 appointments. Okay? So just understand. So that's about, you're talking about 14 days, including today. If you're talking about 40 appointments, it comes down to 3 or 4 a day. All right? That's what it boils down to consistently each day. Now, you don't have to do it that way. Some of you have 6 today, like Ablita and John, you have 6 demos set up for today, and Daria with 5 today. So you can do a couple of days of 5, or 6, and then 1 or 2 days you take off, or or during a push you don't take off. Maybe you have a bad day of 2 or 1 on some of the days, and you have a couple of 5s and 6s the other days. So the point is that, but somehow, some way, you got to get yourself to 40 appointments. Okay, that's got to be that's where your work ethic is. That's where your number is. That's where your focus is. All right, you can't focus on the sales, guys. Jenna Reynoso, by the way, had she had that huge order. She had a $2,000 order the last day of the challenge period. So guys, you can't focus on sales. That's what so many reps do. And if they don't sell a homemaker their first day, they're like, forget it. I'm not going to hit my $30,000 goal. Okay, and they give up within the first couple minutes. Some people already gave up. They went to the meeting last night. Yesterday, they got all excited, went home, went to sleep, woke up this morning, and are still not up this morning, actually. Okay, and they had all these big numbers, and they're not going to do anything. They're not going to do squat. So the point is, you have to say, I got to get to 40 appointments. How the heck am I going to get to 40 appointments? And that's what you're got to be your focus on. You should get a thermometer. You should talk to your customers about it, and that's all you focus on. And some days you'll sell 3 homemakers in a row, and you'll be like, oh my gosh, I'm going to hit it. And some days you'll go 1 for 5 for a vegetable peeler. Okay, and just understand that's a part of the game. See, people forget when they go 1 for 5 with the vegetable peeler, they forget that they sold 2 homemakers, on Tuesday, and on Thursday they go 1 for 5, and they're like, oh, I'm not going to hit my goal. Understand, it's a process, guys. If you just keep putting the work in, eventually the numbers work themselves out. Okay, but it doesn't work in the way you want it to work. Okay, you can't get excited. You can't start looking at how it's working. You just have to understand that it will work and have your focus on the goal. Some of you guys were at the meeting where I talked about the ship. Okay, it goes up and down and sideways, and you just have to have your goal, and you keep working towards your goal. And understand you're going to have some great days, you'll have some okay days, you'll have some medium days, but you just got to say, I got to get these 40 appointments done in the next couple days. Okay, so Next thing, if you're talking about CPO wise, okay, so you have the goal for the, and by the way, if you want to do, so it's 30 sales, so 40 appointments, 30 sales, about $325 average order, okay, is what you got to be talking about. So you got to learn how to sell sets. So what's got to go in your schedule, guys, is, by the way, if you're going to do 40 appointments, you know that's about, it takes about 10 phone calls to get one appointment. So that means you're going to have to make, well, no, I know I tell you guys 5. Let's be safe and let's say 8. Okay. Why? So it's about 500 phone calls. Does that sound right? 8 times 40. No, 320 phone calls. Okay. So 320 phone calls. Now, again, 320 phone calls doesn't mean you're going to do it all in one sitting. Okay. And I recommend you don't do it all in one sitting. But you got to break that up. Okay. You break that up. Can you have 16 20 phone call sessions into your schedule? So put this in your notes. I need to put phone times into my schedule. Again, don't worry about the demos and the sales and all that kind of stuff. You got to focus on what you can control, and that's how much work you're going to do. All right. So I got to put phone time. I got to put 320 phone calls someplace into my schedule. In the morning, in the evening, at night, in the afternoon, whatever. Okay. If you're not doing a demo, if you're supposed to do 5 demos for the day and there's one opening, that's your phone time. Okay. And you have to be committed to that. Okay. So I just want to start telling you guys, because again, and guys, if you don't want to go for 10,000. Fine with that. Just go what you want to go for. But a lot of you guys put these big numbers on there, and I just want to make sure that you're prepared. I want to get an A, but I don't want to study. Well, you're not going to get an A. Okay, so it's very hard to get 100 on the test without reading the book. All right, so it's the same thing with our job. Yes.
I gotta get off because I gotta.
Just cut off, guys. I don't even know who you are. Go. Okay. So anyway, but thanks. Thanks for telling me that. If you guys need to go, just hop off, all right? Go and do what you're going to do. I'm going to keep talking. I'm videoing this for the late sleepers, okay? So anyway. So point being, guys, is that's the first thing. So next thing you got to do is got to put phone time in your schedule, all right? Now, I guess I'll tie this in with being a stable rep, okay? When you're going to be a stable rep, here's the times that you need to do phone time, guys. It's the same 4 times every single week. And I talked about this in your training seminar, that in order to do really well with our company, or not even really well, just to do really well, I would consider it really well, you have to do 12 appointments a week. Okay, now I know we're talking about 30 and 40 for push weeks, but 12 a week. 12 a week times 8, with 8 sales, times 250 average is going to be well, not about, that's $2,000 a week. If you sell $2,000 a week for 10 weeks, you've sold 20 grand. If you sell 20 grand, right? If you sell 20 grand, you make $5,000 for the summer. Okay, so so that's a good number to shoot for. 2,000 times 10, yeah, that right, so it works out. All right, so you're talking about $5,000 for the summer, which is pretty good. And then with a couple of push weeks, you drive that up and you do even better. However, here's the way you do that. Okay. The key times for phone time. Obviously, Wednesday night before the meeting, we do phone time. So that will be your first phone time. So you got to put your phone times into your schedule. Your phone times are more important than your demos. Okay? Because if you don't do phone time consistently, you don't have demos. Okay? So most reps will do anything for a demo. Okay? Like the customer says, how about this? Oh, okay, sure. Like you don't do that. You have to have your phone times in your schedule all the time. So the 4 key times for phone time. Wednesday night before the meeting. Thursday evening. Between like 7 and 9 is like key times for phone time. And you don't have to do phone time for 2 hours, but sometime in between that time, you need to be doing phone time. Thursday night. Now, what we're going to be doing in the office from now on is we have a phone jam at the office. By the way, I would suggest that on the 4 phone times, you actually come to the office if you're really serious. Just like you had another job and you had here's my schedule. I got to be at work at this time. These 4